when the show actually ends. We are live. Welcome everybody back to another edition of Chairgatin. I'm your host Rattlesnake, coming at you live once again from the Snake Pit here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, joined by my co-host Dakota. What up, Dakota?
What up, baby? It's been a minute, but the dads are still rocking and rolling. We're still sort of doing this thing, but there's been a bunch of racing, there's been a bunch of switch ups, there's been a bunch of stuff happening, and we got some things to talk about. Let's get going.
Let's do it. What's up? It's Chairgatin coming at you live.
Hello, come right in.
Rock flag and eagle. Yo, yo, yo.
Hey. What up, boy? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
It's been a minute. I had to revert to the deck. When I feel like I'm being a piece of shit dad, I revert to the deck. So I'm like, they can at least still see me. I can wave, or if they need to run out here. I'm down in the basement. It's like, Dad, where's Daddy? He left.
Yeah, I know. That's how I feel. My daughter was just like, Daddy, where are you going? And I was
Please
like,
don't leave me.
I'm going to my office to do
I'm
work.
going to drink beers with my
Yeah.
buddy and talk via internet.
Yeah, I was like, do work? I don't know, because it's my office. This is where I go to do work.
No, it's a work
home.
thing.
Yeah. So for her, it is, but she's like, but it's nighttime. And I'm like,
Yeah, why are you working, Daddy?
Dad, where are you going with these 2 beers?
I wasn't even drink today. And I didn't drink yesterday. I needed a break for real. And then I wasn't gonna drink today, and then I seen the like Harambe died 9 years ago. And it was like, well, I wasn't gonna drink, but now I guess I will. And I was like, well, I guess I will. And I was like, well, we're doing podcasts anyway. I'm gonna drink a beer.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta catch up. Yeah, recovery
What's
after Memorial Day, dude. How was your Memorial Day?
Dude, well, I will tell you, it was fucking awesome, but like it was like chilly and rainy. It rained here like almost the whole weekend.
It was overcast. Yeah, it's been raining a lot here.
We went to a cookout Saturday / birthday party with the kids and such. Real fun. Sunday played golf. Awesome. Racing. Then came home to Indy 500 and a Coke 6 was sick. Then Monday, Ronnie had a cookout.
Oh, sick.
Went to Ronnie's. And dude, I'm going to tell you, this was like the fun. I hope this sounds as fun as it was. We all went over there, we're having a good time, and it was supposed to rain in the afternoon. Well, we rented a big blow-up slide for the kids. Like someone came and put it up and dropped like a big 20-foot one. And the kids are having a blast. Well, we're like, hey, let's play some cornhole. Ronnie's got some nice cornhole boards. We're drinking beers, like
Sure
barbecues on the smoker. And it's just great down. The girls are on the deck chilling. And we're playing cornhole, and it starts like sprinkling raining. And like we were wearing shorts, but we weren't gonna go down the slide. We were letting the kids play. And it started raining, and we're like, we keep playing, like it's just drizzling. And then like we were playing cornhole, and it was like we're getting a little buzz and playing the best cornhole ever. And we're like, run it back. And it's like starting to pour down rain. We stood out there. We stood out there for like 4 hours playing cornhole in the pouring down. The bags are soaked. They're disgusting. We're covered in mud. And we just played cornhole for like 4 hours. We probably drank 30 beers, standing in the rain. Just like, hey, give me one. Just kept racking beers, swapping teams, running the game. We made a championship, and we all got pissed drunk in the rain just playing cornhole.
Hell yeah!
And we were like, dude, that was so fun. That was the most fun playing cornhole.
How did the bags fall? Like soaking wet.
Oh, they got heavy. They got real heavy. So it kind of changed.
Was it nice?
But when they hit the board, they stuck.
Yeah, right.
It changed the way you had to throw. But we had we were soaking wet, and it was just like, I don't care. I'm not fucking leaving. And we were like, I'm not going in if you're not going in. Like, I ain't going in. And we just stood out there and got soaking poured on and played cornhole. It was awesome.
Yes, we are back. We are back.
The boys are back in town for once. I don't know when next time you'll see us.
Yeah, right. For now. Yeah. I'm next week.
Been so busy, man. How was your weekend?
Next week on Thursday, driving to Texas, and I'll be gone for like a week and a half.
You've been doing so much driving.
I know.
That's gotta get old.
I'm wearing this hat from Arkansas.
Hey, yeah, how was that? How was the wedding?
So much fun. So much.
It looked fun. That picture you on stage, I was like, geez, dude.
Yeah, it was like a full on stage. It was a lot of people. It was like a
Yeah.
concert venue. And they're like, "Okay, are you ready to go up?" And I was like, "I'm supposed to go up there and do the speech." And
Did
like,
you
"Yeah,
prepare a speech?
yeah." They're like, "Yeah, okay, you're on."
Mr. Rose is coming.
I'm like, yeah. I prepared a speech, and I was debating between reading it off my phone
Oh yeah.
because it was like supposed to be like 5 to 10 minute speech, and I'm like, all right, I don't have the whole thing memorized.
Yeah.
So do I read it off my phone or just wing it and hope that I like memorize enough of it? Well, the bride's stepfather goes up before me, and he does his and doesn't read it. And so I'm like, all right, he set the tone.
Yeah, I can't read it.
I can't read it.
Oh,
The
like a bitch.
night before at the rehearsal, the dude read from his phone a little bit. So I was like, I might read from my phone.
Yeah.
But when I saw him not, I was just like, all right, I'm winging it. Here we go. And so I just went up and just wanged it.
Did you do good?
People said it was pretty good. I don't know.
I remembered some of it.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, you do this all the time. Like you're on a podcast. I was like, look, if I'm
I don't memorize
with a microphone and y'all are like, hey, how was the race last weekend? Like I can be up there for an hour talking.
Right.
I was like, I'm supposed to give a best man speech. I don't fucking.
Dude, I kind of, I don't know, kind of felt like a dick now that we're down the road. But like my dad, one time his fifth marriage, I was the best man at.
His fifth marriage, that's great.
Yeah, so and then they had like a reception after at the fucking Moose Lodge.
Hey, at the Moose Lodge, let's go.
Yeah, well,
get loose at the Moose Lodge, baby.
And and it was the same night I was flying to Richmond to go to the Richmond race. It was like a Friday night, and I was like, I gotta go in like an hour. My dad was like, before you go, do a speech, and I was like, what? And he was like, hey, man, hey, come on, man, you gotta do a speech for me. And I was like, no, I'm not doing a fucking what? I go,
speech for him?
Dude, I kind of like, man, I should have done something, but I was like, it's your fifth fucking marriage. Like, are we done? I was like, are we done here?
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I was like, I wasn't entertained. I was like, good for you. Glad you're happy. See ya.
I think by third, you can stop putting in effort. I think that's like the rule.
Well, that's where I was like, no, I'm not.
First one gets all the effort. You want 100% effort. So yeah, if a friend wants me to come to their second as best man, I'm putting in a half of the amount of effort. If you want me by third wedding best man, I'm putting in 0% effort because that's the third time and I'm out of fucking effort.
Yeah, no, I literally was like, no, I'm not.
Yeah, that's fair.
Doing that.
My fifth time, I'm with you on that one. You're like, dude, no, you didn't tell me to prepare shit. Although you could.
That's why I didn't even. I wasn't even expecting it. Well, I thought I was like, I should have done something. Yeah,
you could have just like been like, all right, give me like a shot real quick, and let me just get up here and start freestyling it.
Yeah, I would have been like, cool, hey y'all again.
Welcome back, everybody.
Yeah, I thought about like that would have been so funny, but then
that would have been good. Dude.
I was stressed about getting to the airport, so I was like, I gotta go.
Fair.
See you, man.
Fair.
Yeah, it was kind of mad, but I was like, dude, this is like the third wedding years I've been in.
It was a fun time though. Fayetteville, Arkansas is definitely one of the cooler towns I've ever been to. Definitely a hidden gem for anybody that hasn't been. It is incredible. The Ozark Mountains are amazing.
I've been to Arkansas one time and I hated it, but I would like to give it.
Where in Arkansas were you? Probably not.
I just drove through it. I didn't go to do anything.
Yeah, most of the state sucks, but Northwest Arkansas in the Ozarks is badass. It's really pretty. It's a college town. Walmart's there, so there's like a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dope, dude. It's a really, Coulter and his buddies, like we had a very good time.
Everything I see him doing, I'm like, dude, that looks sick.
Yeah, we had a really good time, and the in-laws drove from Texas, and stayed there also, so they watched Sophia when we were doing like wedding stuff.
Oh, cool.
So we were able to like go out.
Yeah, I wondered because I saw y'all took Sophia, and I was like, well, dang, like, how's that working?
Yeah, no, we went like out. Fayetteville,
nice.
North Carolina is also known as Fayetteville. Yeah, I'm not talking about Fayetteville, North Carolina at all. It got brought up while I was there too. People were like, "Oh, how's Fayetteville, North Carolina?" Because like anytime I try to type in Fayetteville, that's what comes
Fayetteville,
first.
Georgia too.
And I'm like, well, Fayetteville, North Carolina is so much worse than this town. I don't know, like so much worse. Fayetteville, Arkansas is great. Anybody that has the chance to go up there, highly recommend it. And yeah, we had a good time.
Cool, man.
Glad to be home.
You guys see all the bachelor trip boys?
Yeah. Some of them want to run back Talladega, so I said, just let me know, man.
Yeah, glad they
Yeah,
had
I know
fun.
Alex Case is like serious about it, about trying to run it back. So,
Yeah,
um,
always welcome.
yeah, it was a good time, and those boys were a lot of fun in Fayetteville because that's where they all live, and so they showed me a good time.
Hell yeah. Well,
Yeah,
shit.
man.
We had a race this past weekend. Oh, we had a couple races.
Well, yeah, since we've talked, we had a couple
Yeah,
races,
yeah.
but we can
Damn.
talk about this most recent one
Let's
if you
talk about
want.
this. You got to watch it?
Yeah. Oh
What
yeah.
events it is?
So I went to church, and then after church, got home. I went to my parents' house because they were
Nice.
in town this weekend. Got back to their house, and they got TVs everywhere, which is just
Yeah.
perfect for
God,
racing
your dad's
all
house is
day.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. So like every room we put on
I'm
whatever race was
busy.
on. It was great. So if they're like, "Hey, can you go in this room and check on Sophia?" I'm like, "Okay, the race is still on in that room too." Yeah, I watched every minute of both races of the Indy
Sweet.
500 and the Coke 600. It was an amazing day. It was such a
Dude,
good day.
I was like hyped for the Indy 500, like everything, like the prestige, and like the way they built it up. I kind of just neglected that was Fox until I saw Jamie Little and stuff,
Yep.
or like the rain delay stuff.
But
That
also,
was one
Fox
they
put in
rubbed it.
so much more effort into this.
Yeah, it was
So you're
looked,
like,
it was legit. Like I was amped up and seeing all the crowd, I was like, oh my god,
yeah,
sick. But
the
then
hype
like
was good.
the rain delay, the wrecks before the green, the wrecks after
I
the
mean, the rain delay
green.
was short-lived, which was
Yeah,
nice.
but then
That
like
was,
there was all the cautions. I was like, is this a fucking ARCA race?
oh
Like,
my
what is this?
god,
And I
dude,
was
the
kind of like, dude,
caution,
this is like getting gay. Like, this is
embarrassing.
stupid. Yeah. Um, it was kind of like, oh, this kind of knocking some shine off for this for me. But then like, kind of like rooting for Larson, see what he can do, and he like
Yep.
wasn't doing anything. And then like I'm
I was like,
halfway
oh,
through
cool, he's
watching it.
still in 20th.
Yeah,
Oh, he's still in 20th.
and there's some stuff, and like kind of trying to learn a little bit on
Yeah.
IndyCar every year when I watch it. But then Larson wrecks, and I'm like, and they were like trying to figure out when he had to leave, and I was like, if he has to leave, why are we even doing this?
Yeah.
Like that's where I was at. I was like, why even get start? Just don't start. And yeah, he got raced a little bit, and then he wrecked himself, and I was like, embarrassing.
I know. The only thing was though, I was like, a lot of supposedly talented drivers were also wrecking themselves.
Yeah, they said something about these cars were different than before. I don't know.
And the track was super cold
Yeah,
because of the rain and the delay.
but
I mean, we saw that within like the first lap.
yeah.
They were wrecking themselves.
So it was kind of short lived. I was like, well, he doesn't have to worry about making it this Coke 600 now. Like he'll
Yep.
be there in plenty of time. But then there was some calamity, and then like when Pillow made that move with 14 to go, I was like, oh, very smart. And then like they kept for 14 laps, like he's gonna get him back,
Yeah.
and nothing happened. And I was
Yeah.
kind of like, all right, that was cool, I guess.
All right, that was it.
I liked that it was his first time ever winning it and first win on oval, because sometimes I watch it and they're like, his fourth Indy 500. I'm like,
Oh,
right.
oh,
Yeah.
gross.
I like when it's like, oh, it's first time.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Seeing like,
In
how
any
excited
race,
they
yeah.
are.
First time winners is always badass.
Yeah. But then we got the Coke 600. What do you think of the Indy 500?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's just like I was kind of like, oh yeah, this is why I don't watch IndyCar.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be rude.
That race is awesome. I'd love to go one year, but yeah, I don't watch that and go, I'm going to watch the rest of the season.
I know. Yeah, which is not good. I know Fox is putting in a lot of effort into this. Viewership was great, which is good and bad because that means a lot of people watched a pretty boring race.
I watch it. I'm like, I remember that guy's name from last year.
Yeah, right. Yep. I was like, oh, I know like the top 5 or 10 guys. Like,
I recognize a handful of the names.
Yeah, for sure. I know a handful of names for sure. Did you watch Dale Jr.'s show this week?
Dude, that needs to be like a whole nother subject. Are you talking about podcast or the Earnhardt documentary?
No, not the Earnhardt documentary. I'm waiting to start it until it's done. I want to watch
about that. Let's talk about that at the end of the show.
Well, I haven't watched any of it, so I don't.
I'm not going to ruin it for you. I was just going to tell you how good it was.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't like when stuff comes out week by week. I hate.
I know. I'd rather just binge it all at once.
Yep. So I made the decision. I was like, you know what? There's only.
I was worried the group chat was going to be like, oh, blah, 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 and ruin it for me. So I wanted to watch it anyway, but I didn't know it was only in 2. I didn't know it was in 2 parts when I started it.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll watch that soon. But no, his podcast where he was just talking about like, has this run its course for Larson?
I didn't watch it, but all the other podcasts said the same thing.
When they're like, all right, dude, like,
Like,
honestly,
yeah,
Larson,
all right, you
maybe
gave
you
it a
should
good run.
maybe you should just focus on winning the Coke 600 because, like,
Yeah,
you can win this race.
right.
And Junior brought out the stats to back that up. He's like, look at the
Yeah.
average finishes that he has on these types of tracks, and then look at his finishes when he's running this with the Indy 500. He's like, it's abysmal.
And I'll grant it, he was leading when he wrecked.
Yeah,
or Coke 600, but you could tell. It's not like a no Larson, but like you could see it in his face, like he was just like bummed and like, or he seemed off.
yeah.
And then even the car, like, yeah, he went up and took the lead. Like if I was Andy, I'd been stoked. But then like it just seemed like, and then like he slapped the wall, and then he wrecked like 4 laps later, and it was like, ugh. It, like wrecked him both races, and then it was kind of just like he seems off. Like they never recovered, and then we're in another wreck, and that big wreck, and it was like, yeah, man, take it to the house. This is over.
At this point, rather than see him finish both races, I'd rather see him win a Coke 600.
Yeah, I think like, hey, this was fun. We did it. Cool. Maybe like in 10 or 15 years when Larson hangs it up, he'll be like, I'm gonna go run an Indy 500 again and give it a full.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
Yeah, that would make way more sense.
Yeah.
Like, hey man, let's finish up your Cup career. I know you probably want to call it early anyway. That's fine. Or like take a year off when your contract's up and be like, hey, I'm gonna go do whatever I want for a season before I come back to Cup.
Or
and
like if he's feeling crazy enough, like go do an IndyCar season like Jimmy Johnson did or something.
Yeah. Or just do select Indy races, the ones that you think you'll be good at, and then run sprint car races, run dirt. Hell, do drag races. Do like a little bit of everything. It would be cool. I'm sure he could get a year-long sponsor to sponsor every different type of car he's in.
I'm sure Hendrick Cars would probably do it.
Yeah, because that's a badass little story. The
redemption or something.
I mean, yeah, you could do like a season-long just YouTube series following Larson and what he's doing. I mean, that'd be badass.
Yeah.
Well,
another thing too, they said they had like a documentary crew following him through this. All of it. It was like, ooh.
Throw in, yeah, I know, and that's the thing. So like, they're gonna try to promote all that stuff and just be like, and he wrecked,
Yeah,
and that was the day.
Yeah, and I mean, hey, I know that none of this is easy. He's going 230 miles an hour in an Indy car.
Yeah,
but it's still like it just was rough looking,
and it just doesn't look good when you like call yourself the best driver in the world, which I still don't disagree with. And Junior had this take, and it seems like most professionals have this take too, where they're just like, you know what, he's the best in the world because he's willing to still put himself in this position to fail, take all the critics calling him out for it, and then do it again next year and just be like, fuck it, I don't care if I fail again.
You can tell in his interview too, he's like, yeah, this is a lot. Like, this is a lot.
Maybe this is a bit much.
Yeah, that's how his interview pretty much was.
Yeah.
But dude, when we jump into Coke 600, let's talk about first the elephant in the room. Amazon Prime just straight bodying anything we've seen in the last 20 years of broadcasting. Like, holy fuck, God, did they bring the fucking heat? I was skeptical. I was like, I'm very curious to see how this goes. I'm very nervous because the more I kept seeing through the week, like, oh, this is this is who they got. This is their reporters, their broadcast booths.
The names are good.
And I was like, oh, okay, because I never really paid any attention. I was like, yeah, Amazon Prime. So what do you do if you can't watch it? That's all I thought about. But then like I was like, well, let's see how this is. I was like, they got Amazon money now. So I kept seeing posts on Twitter like their stage and stuff. And I was like, well, what's this? And I was like, dude, I think this is going to be sick. So I made sure I sat down and was ready to watch pre-race. Like I wanted to watch every second of Amazon Prime.
Pre-race.
And when it came on, 5 seconds, I was like, sold. Yeah. This is awesome. They came out with a big stage. Carl Edwards, Corey LaJoie is probably the best thing he's ever done in his life. And Daniel Trotta was back, and the crowd on the fucking
LaJoie still annoyed me. I'm being honest.
The crowd, yeah, he was trying to act like too serious.
Yeah.
The crowd with the infield, like race day vibes. I was like, dude, yes. And the video quality, everything they did, the video quality was like 4K. Like, oh my god, this is great. Interviews, all kinds of little segments.
It really wasn't like laggy either. I don't know if you noticed.
They did a thing too where every time they had and the whole race was side by side. First note, I watched every lap of the race because it only went side by side for the little ads.
Yeah.
But every time they did it, they would do like the drivers saying who they're representing on their car, like
Right.
sergeant, major, blah
Yep.
blah. And I love that. I was like, oh, dude, fucking
It wouldn't even
freedom.
say the driver's name, which is great too.
No.
They were just
Yeah.
like, they were like, I'm driving for so and so, and it wouldn't even
Yeah.
like say their name.
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you
yeah.
noticed that, which I was
Yeah,
like,
I
hell
thought
yeah.
I thought that was cool. Like, and they were saying like everything, but he's like, I'm glad to have you on my car. And shit. I
Yeah,
was
I'm
like,
glad
wow,
I'm glad to be riding with so and so. Yeah, you're like, oh,
dude, yeah.
in the morning.
Yeah, dude, I was about all. I was like, dude, let's fucking go. And it was
Yeah.
like, today we remember and shit. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, the only time it wasn't side by side was when it was not green flag racing, which they
Yeah,
promised us.
Yeah,
And that's totally
fine.
fair. Throw your commercials in when we're under caution and stuff. Like, absolutely. You need
Yeah,
to
it
pay
was
for this
great.
shit. I'm all for it.
Yeah,
But
I loved it, dude.
But when we are green flag racing, just at least go side by side, which they did.
And they did great pit analysis, great views, great camera work. Dude, I was a little lit too watching the race, but I was like, I kept telling the group chat,
True,
like, this is fucking phenomenal. Like, this broadcast is what we've been missing for the last 15 years for sure. Like, I was literally like, dude, give them fucking 15 races.
I really wasn't even checking my phone at all, honestly. I was so invested in like watching. I think my phone was in another room. I don't know how much. I think at the very end, I might have went to grab my phone because I wanted to see what y'all were saying. But for like almost the entire race, I was just locked in.
Yeah, and the race, the Coke 600, it was great. It was just. Oh, I did. Can you hear me now?
Oh, you're just hella lagging. I wonder if it's me or you.
Who knows? Mine's been good lately.
All right, you're back.
All right, who knows?
It could be me. It could be me, okay. Honestly. Mine's been a little iffy lately.
Let's say mine's been pretty good lately.
Yeah.
So the race itself was solid. Chef's Kiss Classic 600, start to finish. I thought the racing was phenomenal. The top 10, kind of the whole race was like, yo, there's some dudes up here that like, how are they rate? They're having a good day. Brad K got a top 5. Carson Hocevar gave him hell. I thought he might win for a minute.
Dude. Well, you talking about Hocevar. I've been on that train, and that motherfucker is proving me right every time. I'm like,
Michael McDowell got top 10. Yeah, there were some guys, dude. I was like, whoa. And then out of nowhere, Ross Chastain came chugging. He was running like 5th, 6th the whole day.
Hey, Austin Dillon was up there until he got caught up.
I liked that 3 car. I liked how it had like the swooshes.
With the flag. He always looks good. Look, I got this. I got the 2017 winning car right there.
The Patriot car. I love that car.
Yep, I got that.
It's
like the Declaration on the Independence and shit on it.
Oh, that car goes hard. The fuel mileage one. But dude, the race was solid. I had Denny Hamlin in pick, so I was like fucking rooting for that 11 car the whole time, and he got fucked by the pit crew. But
dude, I had Chase.
The whole race was good, dude.
I had Chase. I don't know the last time I've watched Chase Elliott like an entire race.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how is one driver so consistently just P10 like the whole race? I was like, okay, dude, come on, restarting P10. You got Hendrick Carr. It's Chase Elliott. Like, he's gonna get up there. I think this is the day.
I don't even remember seeing him in the race.
And he just would stay there. And I was like, come on, dude. He just
the 45 was fast as shit, and then he got that penalty and just threw it all away.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, the race was solid. William Byron dominated, got all the stage wins, and then
right after signing that extension with Hendrick.
Yeah, I literally was like, wow, and I like that 24 scheme. That went hard.
And winning the Xfinity race.
Yeah, it was almost like a layup, and then Ross Chastain came and took it from him,
which made it so much better.
Yeah,
I'm not for or against anybody. You know, I am wearing a Ross Chastain shirt, to be fair, but you know, I wasn't for or against whatever, but it just made the race perfect at the end.
Yeah, like first one of the year. First one of the year, he passes them with like fucking 8 to go or something.
Right.
And the racing was like, dude, this track. I think too, as this was great. This was great. Like the season was I think everybody was kind of getting grouchy with Fox, and the racing's kind of been like, there's been some good ones, there's been some bad ones, but then everybody's just kind of grumpy. And this was like the fucking fire we needed to get back on track. Amazon made it feel like a real sport again. That's what I like. Wow, this is legit a professional sport. Thank you for taking it serious.
Right.
And the post race, like hour and a half post race, dude. They were interviewing William Byron, Ross Chastain, Justin Marks. They're drinking beers, and like I was like, all right, that's enough. went in bed, pulled it up, and it was still on. So I laid in bed, put Tootie down, and was still watching post race going to sleep.
Yeah, I think I probably missed some of it, but I watched it for like an hour and I was like, okay,
Yeah.
dude, that's gotta be
Yeah.
enough. Like,
Yeah. Well, it was awesome.
it
Like
was like
they don't have to
midnight
do
and I was
yeah.
like, okay, they're done.
Yeah.
I think.
They don't have to do this, but they were like, this is what we've been missing, man.
So Junior said that in his podcast as well. He went into depth about which he
I
had
need to
Jordan
listen to
Bianchi
it then.
on. Yeah, this episode he
Okay.
had Jordan Bianchi on, and I appreciated that he was there to like reinforce to Junior, like, no, y'all crushed it.
Okay,
Everybody's
cool.
stoked about what y'all did.
Yeah.
And
I
Junior's
had
like,
no
we just gotta
complaints.
Junior's like, we gotta keep our foot on the gas pedal. And I was like,
Yeah.
fuck, yes.
Yes.
And he was
let's
like, we
go.
can't just put it all into one race and think that that's going to be good enough. We have to do this level of execution for every race moving forward.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes, dude.
That was the thing. The place looked packed. The infield was packed. The fucking
sold out.
The fucking American flag shit. And then it looked amazing. Like I was sitting there like, God damn, it looks sick. This looks like I was pumped up for the Coke 600. Like, let's go. This is a big deal. It's Coke 600.
I mean, also Junior kept mentioning he wants us to all start calling it the World 600 again.
Yeah, that was the thing. Rosh Hassan got out and he's like, the World 600. And I was like, oh yeah, they used
when
to
he
call
said
it
that, I was like, oh, interesting.
Yeah, I was like, they used to call it that.
I haven't heard that in a minute. Yeah.
Bring it
and
back.
so yeah,
if we're gonna do that, then let's bring back the Clash to Daytona.
Yep. Junior mentioned on his podcast, he was like, I do think we should start calling it the World 600. And he's like, even if we have to call it the Coke World 600, that's fine. Yeah, exactly. He's like, I think it adds more like prestige. It gives it like its own identity. Yeah. And he was kind of saying, and it seems like everybody's kind of saying, like, is this like a new premiere? Yeah. Like, I don't know. Nothing against like the Daytona 500.
It's a crown jewel, but it needs more respect than it's getting.
Exactly. I think it's now up there. If Prime is this invested and they're going to take it this seriously and the racing's going to be this good and you get more points and all this other stuff combined, it's like halfway through the season. I mean, I could see this being up there with the Daytona 500 and the championship as like the three big races.
Yeah, let's just cut Fox out of the deal and just start with Amazon next year all the way to this.
That would be great. Let's let Prime have it, dude. If they're going to do this.
It was sick, dude. I was totally blown away. Like, I can't wait for Nashville. I can't wait to watch the Nashville race because of the broadcast.
Yep. Yeah, same. And Junior says they're gonna take it as seriously. So we should be expecting as good of a race from the booth.
Yeah, it definitely felt like a spark, a shot in the arm, what the sport needed, what we all needed as fans. And I was totally blown away and happy with everything we saw. And then Ross winning was made it special too, than just like William Byron running away with it. It was like, oh shit. Yeah, like, William Byron would not have been that excited if he'd won.
Right. If Willie B ran away with it, we would have been like, yeah, it was a pretty good race. You know, classic Coke 600.
Yeah.
They did this and that. And Amazon was great. But now we can at least be like, no, that was also a really good race.
Yeah. Yeah, Carson Hocevar blew up, man. I hated that because they were having a fucking hell of a day.
Yeah, what did he say? The fucking engine blew up. The fucking engine blew up.
Yeah, he goes, we fucking blew up. They were like, bring it back to us. He said, I said I fucking blew up. That fucking Ryan Blaney, that wreck off of 4, it was a big one where everybody got taken out. Brad Kay finally got top 5. That was his first top 10 of the season. He definitely needed the shot in arm there for RFK. He's been having speed the last couple weeks, but he always has bad luck. Remember Kansas? He was running down the leader.
Yeah, that's why I'm surprised. That was first top 10 of the season. Hearing that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, so Brad finished 5th, and Brad got out and he said this car could have won the race. He was like, I'm glad we're bringing the track. And I was literally like, I was buzzing enough. I was like, dude, I'm a fucking Brad Kay fan. I'm gonna buy some merch.
Yeah,
I've always like subliminally loved Brad Kay.
I do think if Spire maybe could put some better equipment out on the track, maybe not Justin Haley.
They've been bringing speed.
I know they are.
Michael
but I
McDowell's been giving that 7-1 car hell.
Yeah, I mean, Michael McDowell and Carson Hocevar, it's a pretty good team, honestly. I think that they're set up nicely for the future.
Kevin's podcast. He was talking about how Spire's been bringing speed. they kind of can't really seem to close a race out
Right.
all together in one, but they've had fast cars every week. And he's like, Michael McDowell is clearly out driving that car. He said, but Michael McDowell's the leader they needed over there to kind of collect these young guys and get them like pointed in the right direction on like, hey, it's like, I mean, clearly Carson's running better. He's not making as many crazy mistakes as he has in his past. Justin Haley's kind of better. But like maybe Michael McDowell's the kind of a veteran they needed over there to kind of get these kids going.
Yeah, because everything I hear about Carson is just like he's kind of a little too immature right now and stuff. And maybe that's the case. I don't know.
He's riding scooters in the crowds and shit.
Seems cool to me.
Yeah, no, he was super cool. Every time we've been around him, I've been like, dude, he's cool.
Seems chill to me.
It was kind of funny. He was getting out of the car on the apron, and he gets out with that fucking suit dressed like a cowboy, and it was just like, goddamn.
Yeah.
Like the Dente suit.
Yeah.
Like
the Chili's cowboy shit.
Yeah. He's getting out pissed off, and he's wearing a fucking stupid suit.
Damn it, guys.
Yeah. Felicia's friends were here, and they were like, their suit was like, no fucking way that's his like driver's suit. And I was like, yeah.
He doesn't have a choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a good point. The way to look at Spire too, because Michael McDowell's had better finishes than Carson, but I feel like Carson's been faster at times too. It's just maybe
like he's got a pole. Well, yeah. Michael McDowell's got a pole. Both of them got a pole. They've both almost won a race. I'd say Carson here, Michael McDowell at Texas. Remember his crazy block, and he kind of was fighting for his life, but he almost won Texas. I mean, when have we said Spire's done anything like that in the last 2 years?
Yeah, Michael McDowell's just, it looks like 2 spots ahead of Josafar in the point standings. And that's probably just because he's older and more mature and like has more experience, you know, at the end of the day. But I think they're both running really well. And I think Spire has a lot to look forward to, you know, moving forward.
I think they're on the rise right now.
Yeah. Yeah. It reminds me of, what like Ross and Suarez were doing, like what was that, a year or 2 ago?
Yeah. And then hey, shot in the arm for Trackhouse. They've kind of been like SVG. I mean, their road courses, blah blah. But like he finished 14th straight up on an oval, and Dan Suarez has kind of been non-existent, but they haven't been doing shit lately.
SVG has not been doing shit.
And I think Ross Chastain's been driving the hell out of that one car like faster than it's capable of.
I don't know what happened to that team. It's like they had speed before.
Remember when like Ross was leading every week?
Yes.
And then Rick Darlington and Rick Hendrick was like,
yeah, that's
so ever since then, Trackhouse ain't done fucking nothing.
Perez was fast that season, dude. It was fun to watch.
Well, I think it seemed like they were getting like help from Hendrick Flow or something, and then they were like,
they cut him off. Yeah, something happened because they are not the same team. But look, Ross sitting at 8th in the point standings right now.
No, I didn't even know
he's jumped up.
He's been consistent.
He's jumped up pretty far with that win. So that puts him above Joey Logano, Alex Bowman, Chase Briscoe, Bubba Wallace. Yeah, so he's sitting really nice right now. RCR not looking too hot.
Dude, Kyle Busch spins again, man. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Every time I'm like, come on, Kyle, fuck. Him and the 12 have had serious bad luck.
You know, he re-signed with RCR. Did you listen to DBC this week?
Yeah, actually, I've listened to the last couple episodes ever since I didn't realize it was a different show. When Kyle Busch was on, I listened to that one. I listened to the last couple, but the Larry Mack one was good too. And they kind of were like, they're being a little more serious, it seems. And it's been nice.
No, it has been. But I like what they said too. They were kind of just like, well, what else were they going to do? You know, with like RCR.
Oh, yeah. Talking about Kyle Busch. They renewed for 1 year. And he's like, well, yeah, where would Kyle go?
Where would Kyle go? And who would RCR call? Like, they're kind of just like, yeah, that's what they had to do for at least one more year. I did think it was interesting that they predicted an Austin Hill move in 26.
Like, does Kyle Busch retire next year? Does Austin Dillon retire next year?
All right. I don't know.
What? Hey,
Hey, Jill. Yeah, I don't know about that. But Kyle Busch
retirement tour next year, and then Austin Hill come up.
Do you think Kyle Busch is just over it? I mean, when he was on,
I don't think these cars. Like Kyle Busch is still Kyle Busch. And it makes me think if we stayed with the old car, how many wins would Kyle Busch have?
I feel like also when he was on Action Detrimental, it was almost like he was asking Denny, like, "Well, when are you gonna retire?" So I can,
yeah.
You know, they're
when
both
you
kind of
do,
like,
you're older than me.
Yeah, they're both kind of like, okay, so when are you?
You first, Spider-Man memes.
Yeah. Then he's older, but then he's like, yeah, but you have a kid now, so like you're focused on him now.
Yeah, no, you do it.
Yeah, because I could see both of them kind of going out around the same time.
I wish one would do it and then the other do it like a year
and
after.
Not at the same year.
Not at the same time because I think it was like Mark Martin retired 5 times, but like remember him and Rusty Wallace retired at the same time.
Oh yeah,
and then like
that was
Matt Kenseth and Dale Jr. at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
It just kind of like can like one person have the limelight and the next year that person have the limelight.
Yeah,
like let's send you out differently, not together.
Yeah, but if contracts come up, you know what?
Business is business.
Yeah, exactly. Hey! I'm sure they don't want to have to do it that way, but if that's when their contracts are coming up,
right?
You know, I don't know, but I hope they don't do it at the same year because that would be a bummer.
I know, and then that make me feel older.
Well, when is Denny Hamlin's contract up?
Next year, I think, right?
It is likely that will remain potentially beyond 2026. But yeah, I think it says maybe 26. I don't know how reliable that is.
I thought I heard one of the podcasts said his contract's through next year.
So 26 would then be
he's then sign 1 year, or
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I don't know why he wouldn't just drive for his own team, but whatever.
Dude, well, that would be one thing. And then it almost like, would that be good or bad? And it sounds like they might almost have 4 drivers here soon.
I mean, I guess I don't know why Denny wouldn't want to drive for his own team other than just like somebody else paying for shit.
Yeah, like, hey, I'm going to go out and I'm going to do one last season. I'm bringing an offer pad with me or whatever. And like, he does one season as like what number would he run? I don't even know.
In 2311? Yeah. But that would be a cool final year. And then maybe they have somebody ready to take over that ride the very next year.
Yeah. But what if he did it and then like wrecked and lost and like didn't make the playoffs? And you're like, oh.
So who cares? It's a fucking retirement season. It's a formality. Just sell sponsorships. You're already checked out. You know?
The Jimmy Johnson effect, dude. That needs to stop. I was hoping they said this was his 700th start. He said, and he kept saying like this was the place where I had my first start.
Yeah. And
then they did a whole montage about Jimmy Johnson's 700th start, and I was like, please, like let this be it. Then he wrecks in the race, and I'm like, oh my god, like this got to stop.
He has to stop, and
it's fucking over, man.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to drive these cars. He doesn't know how to drive these cars. I don't know why he keeps getting out there to do it, other than just he gets paid for sponsorships.
Well, I guess, it's hard as fuck.
Yeah, it's just getting frustrating watching because you're just like, dude, you were like, one of the greatest of all time. You made an argument for it, and now I have to watch you go out there every week and just get embarrassed. But who are you doing?
Oh, sorry. I've been trying to get a beer for like 30 minutes. Hey, can you bring me a lighthearted glass, please? She keeps walking by the window, and I've been like, give me a beer. Damn it. I've been like, I need another beer.
How are we feeling about Nashville then? Feeling good?
I mean, race-wise, I hope it's fun. I hope it's good. I think this was the race last year that had like 19 restart. The green, white checkers, remember?
God,
I know.
Dude,
remember that?
Yeah.
Thanks, honey. Thanks, big mama.
But also, we were still dealing with what?
Hey.
We were still dealing with Fox though this time.
Yeah, right? And Denny Hamlin dominated, and then Austin Cindric spun out on the white flag or something, right at the white flag.
Yeah.
But and then we had 100 restarts, and Joey Logano won from 20th, because everybody ran out of fuel. But I mean, the racing here has kind of been okay. The next gen's been okay here. It's been fun. Fuck that track. They still don't let beer and water in, I guess. I don't know how people are doing this. At least it's a night race. I'll give you that. But Sunday night, that's already like a no. I'm not going. And then the no beer or bringing your own cooler in. No, come and take it.
Right.
Not going. So I really don't know how they're filling the stands there. But hey, Nashville, that's cool. I mean, it's not even really in Nashville. But I love like that market. We need to be there. And they're doing races in that, like, Nashville, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, of all
You
the
know.
new like places
Yeehaw.
that NASCAR wants to go and to reach this new audience, like Chicago and Portland and Mexico and Brazil and I don't know, fucking Indonesia or something. Nashville was the one like new market that I was like, yeah, we should be there. Like NASCAR should dominate in Nashville. That's like,
that sounds like a key market. Like it'd be easy to appeal.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense for us. Yep.
Yeah.
We own Charlotte. We should own Charlotte. We should own Atlanta. We should own Nashville. Like we should own the major southern cities. That's
right. That
makes
NASCAR
perfect sense to me.
And blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I like that it's a summer race. And at least it's at night. God forbid the day race there.
Right.
At least it's at night. That's a solid move. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited to see the next Prime broadcast. I'm so excited for that.
That's what I'm most excited for, to be honest. At this point, that's what I'm looking forward to the most because they just put on a hell of a performance. Their crew is stacked, even with Corey LaJoy.
Regardless of how the race is, I think the race can be okay at best, and it'll be awesome because it's on with the broadcast we get. Because I made a tweet last weekend and said turns out it was just NASCAR on Fox this whole time.
Yep.
Like all of a sudden I was like, man, fuck y'all, fuck this, I don't even watch this shit. And then Prime, I'm like, dude, I'm sold. Let's go. What race we going to?
Wow,
next?
They're taking it seriously, so now I can too.
Yes, thank you.
And it's like what we've been saying for the past like 2 or 3 years when we're like, yeah, it sucked at home, but at the track it was an amazing race.
Right.
And it was like it was because you had to watch it on Fox. Yeah. I got to watch it in the stands.
Yeah, way better.
Yeah. And so now that we have somebody actually taking it seriously, it's like, oh yeah, no, this is actually pretty good racing.
Yeah. Dude, yeah. The broadcast affects 60% of what you're seeing, I think.
Yeah, at least.
A mediocre race is probably gonna be awesome on Prime.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. Let's see. Fingers crossed. They have set us up well.
I don't even really look at the schedule, but I remember seeing them something. They were like saying, "Oh, that's the car for Mexico," and I was like, "Y'all are still doing that?"
Oh my god, I heard them talking about Mexico. I said the same thing.
Yeah, I was like, "Y'all are still doing that? Is that a thing?" I think that's coming up soon or something.
No, is it really?
I don't know when that is, but I think it's coming up soon.
All right,
I don't know who's got the broadcast.
They have the Coca-Cola World 600 at Charlotte. June 1st, Cracker Barrel 400 at Nashville. June 8th, Firekeepers Casino 400 at Michigan. June 15th, race at Autodrome Hermanos Rodriguez in Mexico City.
So we're going Nashville, Michigan, Mexico.
I mean, I might not watch it just to boycott it, to be honest.
I still haven't watched the street race. I thought about not.
Me either.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what this Mexico thing's deal is, but whatever.
Yeah,
look, I don't know. We'll see what I'm doing that weekend. And then we go from Mexico to Atlanta.
Pocono,
then Atlanta.
That's the last race.
Doesn't seem right.
Time has.
I guess because Atlanta's. Well, I guess Atlanta's the last weekend of June. So yeah.
I guess F1 races here. Yeah, no, it's just a road course, and I don't want any more road courses. I'm sick of this shit.
Yeah, I'm good on the road course. I'm gonna laugh when Daniel Suarez pulls the Larson and wrecks like lap 5. Because I think it's a little racist. For some reason, they keep hyping the Daniel. It's like, we're going to Mexico, Daniel Suarez, bitch. And
Daniel Suarez, what do you think of that? He's just standing there like,
yeah, he literally just got his American citizenship. It's like, me? He goes, oh, I left that place for a reason. Yeah, I don't know, man. It seems a little cringe.
Yeah,
I could care less.
Yeah, no, it is embarrassing. I hope it fails. I hope it fails miserably. Seriously,
I hope somebody's car gets stolen.
I I hope it fails miserably. I hope it's a disaster. I just hope nobody shows up. I hope the drivers are pissed. I hope everybody has a bad time. And I hope NASCAR is like, wow, that was really stupid. Let's not fucking do that again.
That was the thing on DVC. They were like, how can you compare Fox to Amazon? One's on national TV. And I was like, yeah, no, TV is TV these days. They're very comparable. And one is not par. And one is above par.
Yeah.
And
are they talking about viewership maybe?
Yeah. So they were like, you can't compare blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no. Fox needs to be held accountable. No one's doing it. And that's what's pissing me off.
Yeah.
But then they were like, I don't know why people are always angry at Fox. He's like, why do you want them to fail? I was like, I don't want them to fail. I want them to do their fucking job.
Yeah. That would be like calling a plumber and then him coming and then fucking up your plumbing even worse. And then you calling the corporate office and being like, hey, I got to complain. And then him coming back and be like, why do you want me to fail at my job?
Yeah, why'd you do that?
What the fuck? I don't want you to fail. I just want you to fix this shit. And it literally shit is everywhere because
Charlie and Dennis with the taco bed.
They're Mexican.
Oh yeah. Good old American debt. Become a citizen.
What better way to teach them American values than putting them in debt immediately?
Oh, but yeah, man. I guess Michigan in the summer will be fun. And then
looking forward to Michigan. That'll be good. We have back-to-back. Nashville could put on a good show. We'll see. Hopefully they figure out the track a little bit
Michigan's
better.
been real good the last couple of years.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Right after that, we get Michigan, which I'm confident will put on a good show.
Yeah, I think that'll be good in the hot, slick summer.
And then June 15th, we get a little off week, so we don't have to worry about what NASCAR's up to. And then June 22nd, right back at Pocono for a shitty race. No, we'll see.
Pocono's been good the last couple of years.
Yeah, we'll see.
I think so. That'll be fun. And then we'll be at the Atlanta race one hot summer night.
Oh my God, is that when is the Atlanta race?
June 28th. It's my birthday race.
All right.
Yeah, I guess you got to come. Yeah. I got your place to stay.
I know you do.
Oh, yeah, come. I'll pick you up.
I will do my best to be there.
That's a no.
I'll figure it out. We'll
figure it out. We already got one man down.
Is that the Saturday race?
Yeah, Saturday night race. So you can fly back Sunday.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, I might.
Yeah, remember last year you flew in the morning of the race and then flew back the next day?
Yeah, because I do have some shit planned on the 29th, and I just realized that.
Oh, Lord, you idiot. I told you about this like a month ago.
I know, but it's Sunday night.
You could totally fly back in the morning.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. I could probably pull that off. Yeah. I'll make it work, dude. I'll make it work. Right. I'll be there.
All right. Fly out early. We'll go do something. We'll go golf.
Yeah.
That's too much.
Anyway, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. All right. One race at a time. Yeah,
because we have shit. So we have that and then Darlington.
A little over a month after that.
Yep.
And that's pretty much it. I mean, I'll probably go to Falldega. But that's always just like a run out there thing.
Yep. Yeah, if I get an extra one-off race before the season's over, that'd be cool. But whatever. Yeah. I got Atlanta, Vegas in this season, which was a new track for me. So
Atlanta and Darlington. That's pretty much it.
If I can knock off like one new track each season, or throw in one specialty race each season, I'm happy. Yeah. I get like my classic. Atlanta's become one because I have done Atlanta every single year for.
Well, it's easy and convenient.
How many years now? So Atlanta's become that. Darlington's that. Talladega's that.
Yeah.
If I get a Bristol or a Daytona, I'm happy.
Right. I think taking a little break from Daytona will be nice because in a couple of years or even sooner, we'll be like, let's go back.
We got to run it back. Let's run it back, boys. Yeah. Watch. We'll start to kind of dip off and be like, dude, I only went to 2 races last year. And then you're going to be like, you know what? Daytona 500. Let's run it back.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Yeah. I need to miss it a little.
Definitely.
But yeah, man, we got an episode in. God knows when we'll get another one in. We'll definitely have an off week when they go to Mexico.
Yeah, we're definitely taking an off week.
Yeah.
I'm probably not watching that race.
No, fuck that.
Yeah. I think I might not even get Mexican food that day just to boycott Mexico.
Oh man, that's tough.
We'll see. I'll probably end up getting Mexican food.
Well. All right. Good Memorial Day weekend. Another Coke 600 in the books. We did the damn thing.
All right. I'm going to try to hit end stream and see if it auto plays the outro because I set it up to do that.
It
so
does
if it doesn't, I apologize.
All right.
Later.
Peace.